Hi, my name is MJ and I chose to research about Kirkland Home Goods. The reason why I was very interested in researching the company Kirkland Home Goods was because I remember my mom dragging me to this store about, over a decade ago. And I remember it being very Y2K vibes. And when I picture it now, I don't think that any of the things that they sold at that store at that time could be more outdated. It was very like chunky type of furniture. The colors were very outdated when I think of them too, like greens, gold embellishments, maroons, and things like that. And because I haven't really done shopping in the suburbs in a minute, I was wondering if they're doing as bad as some department stores and malls are doing. So upon research, I found that Kirkland's is actually doing pretty well. It has definitely struggled in recent years compared to how they were doing because they've gained more competitors like Amazon, Target, and things of that nature. Like I said, compared to malls and department stores, though, they are doing better. Their competition has been pretty stagnant with other home apparel places like Home Goods, Bed Bath and Beyond's, Crate and Barrel, and things like that, and Pottery Barn. 2 years ago in 2018, they hired a new CEO and president who actually was the former CEO of Crate and Barrel. And this is one of those examples by hiring one new CEO can make all the difference in the way that a company is progressing. Because of him, he's made a lot of great changes to the company that have honestly made it flourish a little better than they were before. Their reports on February 1st, 2020 were down in net sales compared to the net sales on February 1st, 2019, but their e-commerce sales, especially in this year due to COVID, has skyrocketed. Whenever he started, e-commerce sales only made up about 15% of Kirkland Home Goods sales, and now it's at 30%, and they project, especially because of things like coronavirus, that it'll escalate up to another 40 or 50%. Back to some of the changes that he made, he decided to make more of like an open concept and minimalistic vibe within the floor plans. And that's always a scary thing to do, but their following base and their target market has adapted well to that as well, which is always a risk that you have to take. Again, with online sales skyrocketing, the pandemic was actually very helpful for businesses like Kirkland Home Goods. And this is something that I didn't really think about because I don't have this type of money, but a lot of people that had vacation money decided to reprioritize and spend it on things like large furniture pieces, so like a buffet or a sofa or things of that nature. And so they were turning to places like Kirkland's. With that being said, like I said, the competition right now for them is very stagnant because places like Home Goods, Bed Bath and Beyond's, the same thing is happening. We're all on our phones all day, all scrolling, doing a lot of research, constantly online shopping. But people are at home just using their vacation money for things like this, which is really great. All of the quality of the furniture alone has gone up as well. It's all wood now, so it's more of like a restoration hardwood type beat, or they're trying to follow in those types of footsteps. I also read in an article that Kirkland used to have like a random array of furniture where they would have just like random chairs and they wouldn't actually have a table to match, but now they've upped more of like the matching sets and things like that. Let me switch back to this page, some more info. Their net sales in the fourth quarter, again, of 2019 were down, but this is a lot of places right now because of COVID, but their e-commerce sales made up 37.9% of all sales, which is insane. And again, the target market for places like Kirkland Home Goods, I would say, and from what I researched, are married people with houses or older people, so like my parents that were taking me there in the first place. It's a very specific target market, and I feel that they're opening this up to cater to more like millennial or just a younger vibe. It's very modern, it's very chic, And I think that they've approached this really well. It's really refreshing to see that my favorite word next to sustainability, but adaptability, getting one CEO that came in and made all the difference is the reason why they're not completely drowning right now. Again, they didn't have the best 2019, but they have done better than they have in the past. And they were headed for a very, very rocky future. That's what the CEO said when he first started. He said that whenever he first started, it was very unclear where it was going. And this article that I did read, I found it on Forbes, and it was created by I think a retailer consultant. And they talked about the progression and the projected growth that they see happening because they adapted. And they adapted to the new times, to new technology, and they used it to their advantage too. I think in terms of SWOT analysis, their strengths right now, the online sales, the adaptations and the changes that the CEO has made have been their greatest strength right now. Their weaknesses, the stores have had to close because of COVID and things like that. And I think that we'll probably see more of their storefronts closing in the future because of COVID. Their opportunities, there are so many more opportunities in terms of online. I think that, they should just really keep up with Amazon and Target. Those are probably, in terms of online, their biggest competitors right now. They could use the app where you can see how the furniture will look in your house or whatever. And the threats, their competitors are doing just as well as they are right now. But again, this was awesome to research. It was refreshing to see that something from a decade ago hasn't timed out in this very important change in retailer history. And so, yeah, that was Kirklands.